Hello everybody and welcome to Kevin Nash, WWE 2K14 Kevin Nash focused universe mode. We're at NXT the third week. Obviously last time we did 2 weeks. This time we're going to do as long as we have to because we haven't been booked this week. So let's have a look at what other matches happened. Cody Rhodes versus Brett. Cody defeats Brett. Heath Slater versus Darren Young. Win for Slater. Bayley versus Naomi. Victory for Naomi. Wade Barrett versus The Miz. Barrett comes out on top in that match. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Savage. And Savage is victorious. Dolph Ziggler versus Eric Rowan versus Scott Hall. Ziggler is victorious over Scott. And we've got a rivalry match, Caitlyn versus AJ. Another victory for Caitlyn. Looks like we'll be getting a new champion soon. We've got a number one contenders match, Eva Marie versus Bayley. This is won by Bayley, so Bayley's the number one contender. Santina Marella versus Darren Young. Victory for Darren Young. Ray and Cara versus Swagger and Cesaro. Win for the Real Americans. Scott Hall versus the Ultimate Warrior. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Savage. Tensai versus Fandango. And another win for Caitlyn. Caitlyn is battering down this Divas Championship. And here we are at the pay-per-view, and we've got a match. We're in a triple threat match with Big John Studd and David Otunga. So we'll be doing that. But first, Santino Marella, Justin Gabriel versus Darren Young. So there goes Darren Young, victorious in his triple threat. Is Mick Foley going to hold on to the Hardcore Championship against Eric Rowan? Indeed he does. Brodus Clay and Tensai versus Slater and McIntyre. Win for the Tons of Funk. The NXT Championship on the line, Harper versus Ziggler. Luke Harper wins the NXT Championship. Luke Harper is the champion of our big brand here. And Caitlyn versus AJ Lee. Victory for AJ. We've got a match here, and there's also a King of the Ring. So let's just have a look and see what happens if we click on it. Are we in it? Harper. We're not. Are we? No, we haven't qualified for the King of the Ring. So we'll come back to the King of the Ring. But we've got our match here, and that is all we need to care about. What kind of match is it? I ought to check before we go in. It's an Extreme Rules, so let's just turn entrances off. So we've got a hardcore based match here with Big John Studd, very large guy, and David Otunga, a very insignificant lawyery type guy. So this should be a nice fun match for us to sink our teeth into. Obviously with it being Extreme Rules, we can go well and beyond over the limit here. So let's put ourselves in. Playing as Nash. And let's go. Big John's going to be our big challenge here. John's going to be our challenge, I think. So we want to, if we get the opportunity, to handicap John as best we can. But since this is hardcore, I figure we should play with some. Oh, it's not an Extreme Rules match then, because it's not giving me the opportunity to pick my weapons. But hey, at least we can hit Otunga in the ribs with a chair, drop his head onto the metal, and do the same to Studd. Dropping John Studd on the steel chair. Big King of the Ring tournament later on in the show. Obviously we'll have a look at that and see what it is, but there's now 2 chairs in the ring. I don't think that one's broken, so there goes Otunga, knocked to the floor. Shot to the stomach of Big John Studd and drop his head down onto the chair. Oh, Otunga is busted open there. Studd takes a chair shot to the head. Studd landed pretty stiff on that chair right there. Oh, that power punch by Kevin Nash. And there goes Otunga over to the corner. Wake up taunt by Nash. And we drop him with the jackknife. David Otunga manages to throw Kevin Nash up in the air though. This probably isn't good here. But Stud is completely out of it. Look at that. Down goes Nash. Stud's back up though. But Stud was knocked out for a while with that after that wake up call. Wedged the chair in the corner there. Break it up. 1, 2. Oh, Otunga breaks it. Into the corner goes Stud. Otunga is not getting this victory. Damn straight I am not letting David Otunga win this match. Oh, John Studd takes me down though. John Studd takes me down. Pinning John Studd. 1, 2. John Studd kicks out. That knee to the back of David Otunga. That powerful punch to John Studd. And David Otunga takes me down. Reversal. I'm going for the jackknife. Let's go for the jackknife here. Kevin Nash, jackknife. Jackknife. I said jackknife, and down goes Otunga. But we want to beat Stud, so. Can we get to Stud? What's happened to Stud? He doesn't seem to be moving at all. We killed the bloke. We killed the guy. Let's just continue with Otunga for a bit. Otunga with a belly to belly. Otunga's looking to finish here. Oh no! Whoosh! That was a slight slip up. Otunga managed to get me. Oh dear. That was a 1 in a million. There was no way I thought Otunga was going to win that. But David Otunga defeats Kevin Nash. I can't be good for my career. I was on top during most of the match. John Studd didn't move for half of it after being hit with that powerful punch. David Otunga gets the win at the pay-per-view. David Otunga is your winner. All we got to do now is go on to go on and find out what happened in the King of the Ring. Because later in the night is a King of the Ring tournament. Xavier Woods versus Sami Zayn. We'll have to check out every match one by one and see what happened. So let's sim that. Winner was Sami Zayn. Undertaker and Kane had a match. Your winner of that was Kane. Kane beat the dead man. Andre versus Big Show. and Andre got the win. CM Punk versus Sergeant Slaughter. You got Randy Orton versus Bret Hart. There's a match for you. Your winner was Bret. Mark Henry versus the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yokozuna versus Ultimate Warrior. And Jack Swagger versus Sheamus. So in the second round, obviously you got Sami Zayn versus Kane. That's poetic if I've ever seen poetic. Andre versus Slaughter, and I'm sure that's happened before for the time period. Sergeant Slaughter beats Andre the Giant. Wow. Bret Hart versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yoko versus Sheamus. Kane versus Sarge. Kane through to the final. To go up against the winner of Savage versus Yoko. So Kane versus Randy Savage in the final here. And your winner was Kane. Kane is your king of the ring. So Kane had one hell of a tournament there in this year's WWE King of the Ring. Decided to bring King of the Ring back at the first pay-per-view. I just thought it was very fitting. But that ends this episode. AJ Lee defended the title. Luke Harper won the NXT. The title match between AJ and Caitlyn is getting personal. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next episode for more Kevin Nash focused WWE Universe mode. I'll see you then.